now that our debt is going to be increasing so much, we really need to ask these very, very important questions. Social credit is not the only party that is saying this, although we have been saying it a very long time and we were the first to say it, but because of the situation we find ourselves in, we now have many economic commentators in New Zealand that are well known coming out and saying the same thing. There's no reason we cannot use our own bank. Now, if we did this, it would save Kiwi taxpayers $5 billion every single year in interest. Now, at the moment, that money is coming out of your pockets, Kiwis' hard-working pockets. It'll be coming out of your children's pockets and your grandchildren's pockets, and it's going to an overseas-owned bank to be shipped overseas. For the pleasure of doing something, which is called a double-entry bookkeeping entry to issue the money, it's exactly the same process that our Reserve Bank would use. Now that's the madness. Now sometimes we just need to change the system and look beyond the status quo. And now is the time to really take a look at that. And really now's the time to be doing that. So I want to read you a quote. This is from Jim Bolger, the ex-National Prime Minister. We need to bring a policy approach to address the enormous economic issues that New Zealand now faces. Billions of dollars here were just created by the Reserve Bank. He's talking about the QE. We have to decide whether to follow traditional economics and pay that off with austerity, or whether we actually say we owe it to nobody, we created it, and write most of it off. Now that's coming from Jim Bolger. So this is the sort of policy approach that social credit is prepared to stand up and say. Now what he's talking about here is the money that the Reserve Bank is creating. That's $100 billion it projected. Now that money isn't going to wage subsidies or to help small businesses or any part of the economy struggling because of COVID. It's going to repurchase government bonds on the secondary market. And in short, what that means is giving asset owners more liquidity. And they can clip the ticket as they buy them, they buy bonds from the government and resell them back to the Reserve Bank. Now, if that's not madness, I don't know what is. So one of social credit's tenets and principles is that systems should be made for the people, not people for the systems. And this is clearly one of those examples.